What's up, guys? This is Chris Albert from Warrior Soul Fitness. I'm out here today in the heat out in Redlands, California, just trying to get a little bit of sun before I got to go in and take care of some client plans. But I got a question last week about how I made the transition from being, an alcoholic and homeless to being an online trainer and what I've done. And the biggest thing I want to convey to you first before I go into that is that I don't consider myself to be successful by any means. I'm successful in one way, but I'm not successful in others. I'm successful in that I do what I love, I do what I want to do, I set my own schedule, and I'm able to put food on the table. I'm not successful, or what most of you would consider successful financially. I'm not a baller. I don't drive a fancy car. I don't live in a mansion or anything like that. But I think that those are really faulty and dumb measures of success when you start to measure your success in terms of material possessions. My impact on others is much more important to me than driving a fancy car and or living in a fancy place or anything like that. My one life's mission is to help people live better lives through health and fitness, and to help people live better lives in general. And so if I'm accomplishing that, as long as I can put food on the table, I'm a happy person. Now, to answer your question about how I got into this line of work and how I made that transition, it was really one of desperation. I'd actually quit drinking a long time before I got into online training. I quit drinking back in, I think it was 2007, 2008. I was a heavy drinker. I smoked a pack and a half of cigarettes a day. And, while I was at the University of California, Santa Barbara, I had just moved out to California. I didn't have friends or family out here. I was pretty much by myself. I had a few friends I made, but really just kind of fending for myself out here, and felt isolated, and I was drinking really, really freaking heavily. I think the only night of the week I wasn't drinking was on Mondays. And I woke up one day and looked at myself in the mirror, and I was like, dude, you got to change something. I was getting the early symptoms of ulcerative colitis at the time, though I didn't know I had it. And so the first thing in my mind that I had to change was drinking, because at the time I thought I had cancer. And so I was going to try and do anything I could to try to avoid what I thought was going to be a long and painful death. And so drinking and smoking were the first on my list of things to change about my life. And if you guys are drinking or smoking and you're trying to make a lifestyle change right now, that's the first two things you should try to change. As far as getting into the career I am in now as an online trainer and transitioning into that, there was a whole story that happened in between that. A lot of you know I was one of the owners of Metroflex Gym in Long Beach, and I had helped build the gym. I'd helped put the gym together, helped the gym get permits and things like that. But for about 2 years before the gym became really famous, it wasn't making any money. And as I told you, prior to that, I wasn't really doing things that made me a lot of money. So I didn't have a lot of money in the bank account. And so I was pretty much going broke the entire time I owned Metroflex Gym. And, I was getting like maybe $400 a month to spend on food and things like that to live on. But it really was a sparse existence at the time. And so when I had to give up ownership, I had to give up ownership because of financial reasons. And I really couldn't survive. And on top of that, I was getting out of a relationship at the time. And I had to move out of the place I was in and ended up living out of my car. And so at that point I was like, dude, I don't have a business anymore. I don't have a job. What the hell am I going to do? It was during the economic downturn. Nobody was really hiring. I didn't really have a whole lot of experience except being a political scientist and being a Marine. So I had to figure something out. And the one thing I had was my training certifications. I had my experience of training pro bodybuilders, and I had experience of training guys like C.T. Fletcher and Mike Rashid. And so Mike actually gave me a computer, and he said, you know what, man, I know things are bad for you right now, but take this and do something with it. Start writing, start doing things. And so I got the computer, and then I think that night I actually started this YouTube channel. And YouTube was at first a way for me to really, it was like therapy, just trying to get my emotions out, trying to get my thoughts out, trying to kind of solidify my views on health and fitness and life. And it was a way for me to communicate. So yeah, it was almost like therapy. Though the channel has grown really slowly, the people who do listen to me, and I've taken a lot of my viewers on as clients and helped a lot of people out. And so YouTube's been great as far as helping me in my career as an online trainer. And if you're thinking about becoming a trainer, I suggest being an in-person trainer before you become an online trainer, because you need to spend that time in the trenches. You need to understand how clients work. You need to understand things about posture. Once you get the experience, start a YouTube channel, put stuff out there, start your own kind of philosophy and put your own intellectual property out there, and let people decide whether or not they want to come to you. And so once I did that, the clientele started growing a little bit. And like I said, I've never been a baller, but I'm able to set my own schedule. I'm able to do what I want to do, and I'm able to put food on the table. And the growth continues. I'm constantly trying to grow the channel. I'm constantly trying to come up with new content to put out for people. And I'm constantly writing articles and working and developing new plans and taking on new clients and building other things. And from there, I started my clothing company, and I've been working on that. So whenever things get really, really dark, and whenever things seem like they have no hope, there's always hope. There's always, the only place from the bottom you can go is up. And I wholeheartedly believe that. But the only way that comes about is if you stop feeling sorry for yourself and you start taking action in your life. And I know there's a lot of you out there sitting back and being like, I want to do this or I want to do that. Dude, turn off the YouTube channel right now. Turn off YouTube in general. Get out there and just do something. Make a phone call. Go knock on somebody's door. Get advice from somebody. Email me if you want. But the bottom line is take some action and move yourself toward your goal. It's fucking hot out here. So I'm gonna go inside. But I hope all that helps. Peace.